Hello everyone, welcome back. In the last video we have seen complete theoretical part about the central composite design for the design expert, where we have seen what is the central composite design, what are the number of run will be there for a particular factor, what is factorial point, axial point and the center point, what will be the value of alpha, what are the type of central composite design, and then we have seen that how the alpha value were calculated. If you have not watched that video, I will recommend you to watch that video for basic understanding about the design expert. In this video we will see the completely software part from the scratch. Even though if you are first time using this software, this video is for you. You have to watch from start till the end. So before starting, I will give you overall view how this software work. So it will help you to understand what exactly we are going to do. So like we have input, and then according to your factor there will be certain output. So what software does that, it will give you design based on your factor and the number of levels, and so you have to give the responses according to that. Once you will give the responses, it will start fitting certain types of models. So what types of model? So as we can see, there are few models and the order of model keep on increasing. So what software will does, they will compare with this and this, and again increase the order and then compare. So keep on comparing. So like this they will give one table. So if the increment in order will give you significant impact, that means you can go for more order. Like this here, increasing from linear to 2fi, there is a significant impact, so we can use 2fi. If we use 2fi to quadratic model, again there is a significant increment. From quadratic to cubic there is no significant impact, so increasing order won't impact significantly. That's why so quadratic model will be suggested for this experiment. Once you will select particular model for your design, coefficient for that model, so ANOVA will be, ANOVA table you will be given, that will say the significant impact of each coefficient of that model. From here, next step that software does is that it will use this fitting model equation and it will optimize. So what optimize will do? Either you require the maximum or minimum of your responses. So like based on fitting equation, it will plot for explaining you a 2D and 3D graph. So they will try to find whether you need global maxima or global minima. So they will do the analysis and they will find the optimum condition for your design. So optimization can be done in the two way. You can do in the design expert software itself, or you can use this fitting model equation and then import it into genetic algorithm, and then you can optimize over there. Now let's go to our software. Okay, so coming back to my Excel sheet, where we have 3 input parameter and we have 3 level, we have 3 input parameter and 1 responses. We will optimize this one using central composite design. Okay, so we are over this software now. In this software we will go to the under the response surface and we will select the central composite design. So we have 3 factor. So we will select 3 factor. So first one is time, and unit will be in the minute. Second, we had a solid liquid ratio. Our unit is in the gram per ml. And third one is the temperature. So it will be degrees centigrade. Now we need to give the value low and high. 20, 60, 30, 70, 40, 80. Okay, so last time we have seen about if you have seen the theoretical part, you will understand much better way. So we will choose the face centered. The minus alpha and plus alpha will be the same as the factorial point for this condition, and the central point leave as it is. Next we have responses. So response, we have yield, which we want to be maximum. So in percentage, after giving this, we have only one response. So that's why if you have more than one response, you can put it here and just finish it. Okay, so here we got the design. So we have 20 runs, and each runs there will be combination of these factors, and then you have to give the result over here. So as we can see this, here we have factors, and after doing experiment I have got these results. So we need to feed over here. What you can do, just right click over here and place space point, so that it will ease your work. I have already filled this data over here, and the next step will be analysis part. Once you have done, now we will go different types of model under analysis. No transformation required, leave as it is, and start analysis. I will select this one, so we will see each parameter one by one. So first one is fit summary. So the software have chosen 4 model, and the next one is they have compared among them. So like linear and 2fi, quadratic 2fi. So they have compared then one among them, and they found that the quadratic will be, as over here, is the suggested one, as I have said, and the lack of fit should be non-significant. And this is the overall summary of this particular model selection. Is the quadratic one is the suggested. Okay, next step is for your model. Here we will only talk about the quadratic model. These all are the coefficient that has been considered for the model, and there will be used when the software will suggest you 2 model. If they will suggest cubic model as well, so you can choose over here whatever you want. So next one is the ANOVA. So here we will see one by one. Okay, so in ANOVA, the model equation which we are seeing, that these all are their coefficient, and it is showing that each coefficient having significant impact except this one, the CA square. What was the p-value? 0.05. So you can read it out, it will help you. One more thing, you should make sure that your lack of fit should be non-significant. What it means, that you want your model to be fit, that's why it is not significant. If it is showing significant, there is serious issue. So you need to make sure that it should be non-significant. Once you will see all the ANOVA table, just see your fit statistic, like the fitted model is close to your experimental responses. This one is AIC BIC. I have made separate video, I will give the link. What is AIC BIC? And again, and this one is like lower value, higher value. And here we have 2 equations which most of us report in our paper. These 2 equation is not same, although it is same, but there is a difference in these 2 equations. We can see that the coefficient A is -0.94. However, in actual equation, coefficient of A, which is time, is 0.48. It is not same. Why it is? Because this one is actual equation of your model. If you put those value over here, these value over this equation, you will get the yield, but not in this case. Why? Because A having different range and different scale. So to bring each parameter into one scale, lower value were assigned as the -1, higher value assigned +1. So that's why they brought into one scale, so that they can compare among their different factors. That's why, even though if you use this equation, you should mention in your manuscript or wherever you use, whether it is coded equation or it is actual equation. Okay, moving forward, ANOVA is then, it is the one of the most and crucial part of your design expert. If you know this part, then you can control over your optimization. Here you will get a normal plot, like it should be as close to this linear graph, and this one is a residual plot. All your data should be within this limit. So these all are like is given over here. Why I have said this section is quite important for you is that sometime what happen, some of your data show outliers, like all of your data point is here, or some data points is belonging over here. So if you don't look at this section, you will confuse like where I am lacking, where our design is not sufficient. You will not get optimum design condition. If you see any outliers, what you can do is you just click on that point and it will show that it is on your run number 9. You directly go to that run number 9 and you will see that is there any default with this particular experiment. You need to repeat it, just repeat it and change the value, and then once you will change it, your design will be perfect. So it is the most common problem most of the scholar faces. So once you will deal with diagnostic, you can go to the model graph. We have different types of model graph we can see over here. So we will see one by one. Perturbation graph, we will show that we have 3 factors and we have 1 response. If you have multiple responses, you will see here multiple outputs. In the perturbation, what we can see that we can change this one parameter. We will increase the time from 20 to 60. You see that this point is moving up and down, so yield is increasing and decreasing. You can control over here, and there is one factor you can see individually impact on your yield, and then you can see all the factor at a time, and then 2 factors at a time. To have a better understanding of these things, once you will start playing with this, you will get. Okay, one more thing, that if you want to see what is the value over here, you just right click over here and then draw a horizontal reference line. This line will show that your yield is 47.45. You can choose wherever you want, you can draw. If you want to see what is the value of X, draw a vertical reference. So like this you can have. Okay, contour graph, like especially this one, like it will give much control and better visualization of our data. It takes 2 parameters at a time and corresponding to yield. So this is our first is A is time and B is SL ratio. You can change over here either AC or BC, whatever you want, and then this line is giving your yield. If you do the experiment at 50 SL ratio and at the temperature around 45, you will get the same yield even though your solid liquid ratio is around 35 and your temperature will be 80 degrees. So this entire line is showing same yield. This way you can see your data in much better way. If you want to see over here, you just right click over here, add contour. So it will add one more line over here. So in the model we have seen that one of the parameter, that is C square, is not significant. So from here also we can see that if we keep the A low, B somewhere here, let me remove these lines. Okay, we can see this C is approximately straight line. Even though we are changing the C temperature, there is no significant change in the yield. That's why C square were showing non-significant in the, if you remember this ANOVA table over here. So that's why it is showing non-significant. So these all graph will give you much better control over your experiment. This was the same actual and predicted graph. Here we have 3D graph. Earlier one we have seen the contour graph. It was the only X and Y and yield. It's the same thing, but here it was on the 3D. You can rotate it. If you messed somewhere, you can just click on default. It will place as it is. Even though if you change anything, just click over default, so it will set at default So here we have two parameters, solid liquid ratio and time. You can change from here which one you want, and then the graph will be there. And the third parameter you can change over here, at which particular condition this graph is getting plotted. So make sure that even though if you are reporting any of this graph, you should mention, if you're having third factor, you should mention at which factor this graph has got plotted. So I hope you have understood, where we have seen that how the model were selected and what are the impact of their coefficient over that model, and then what are these plots mean. And the next step goes for optimization. This equation, quadratic equation, we will use this equation as a optimization. For optimization we will go for numerical section. Here we have four parameters: time, ratio, temperature as input and yield as a output. So we can set here whatever you want, you just put it over here. I don't want temperature to be higher. We have something which is quite sensitive to temperature, so we want to minimize the temperature and we want a maximum yield. So we can use this one like this. Here we can give the importance to that particular. For now we can let it be like this. For ratio I have given in the range, that's why I can't change this importance. For temperature you can change, and only yield you can change. Once you set your goal for each parameters, you go to the solution. Okay, so we will see one by one. These are all the parameters. I haven't changed the importance, so all having 3 importance. And the only thing I have changed, the goal for temperature should be minimum and yield should be maximum. We will see the solution, and desirability is 0.99 got selected. If your desirability is close to 1 is like best, so your desirability should be as close to 1. So here if we set the temperature minimum and the yield maximum, so we are getting yield approximately 49.54, even though we can see that our maximum is over here. So you got your optimum condition for your extraction yield. So here we have got the desirability and yield contour graph. There is one more thing in your Design Expert software is point prediction. Over here what we can do, we have got the model for your experiment, predicted model. From there, if you want at any condition what will be the output, you can get from here. That's why it is called as the point prediction. I want at if you hover cursor over here, the value will show. I want at 30 minute solid liquid ratio at 40, factor value at the 60, what will be the output of yield. So you can see over here predicted yield is 47.22. Okay, this was all about your Design Expert software. Thank you so much.